Hello, good evening. Good evening, all the students. I'm Professor Ram Guge, and I'm making this video to make you aware about the ongoing lecture series which we are providing for the Polytechnic students since last 15 days. We have started the academic year 2021 and 22 with lot of expectation from the student management and teachers that due to this pandemic conditions since last 1.5 years we are almost closed. Nobody is coming to the college because each and every student they are stuck inside their houses and not able to come to the college for pursuing their education, knowledge and everything else. Behind this all depend on all this background, we somehow try to give some momentum for this entire staff movement of education by starting academic year 21-22 via online mode of the lecture series. And within first two lectures I talked about everything else, how you can develop your English language and communication skills. In coming days definitely I will be touching with the content matter of this syllabus. But I personally believe that whatever syllabus that MSBT has been prescribed for the diploma first year student, that is not enough for their career and their life, because English language is a very big field, right? And the syllabus which you have for the diploma first year is just a tip of that iceberg. Iceberg, that the entire 90% part of the iceberg is hidden under the water and only 10% part is visible. So likewise, the 90% the English language is not in the syllabus, the only 10% language is there, and we have to hunt for that remaining 90%, and only then if we are become 100% perfect in this subject, then there is a bright future for all the diploma holder after completing their diploma. So keeping this view in mind, I am not trying to focus on the syllabus and the content which are there. Rather than I will change the methodology of teaching, because I know that many students in Maharashtra, they have been learning English language for almost 10 years. The Maharashtra government itself introduced the English language subject from the first standard for all the Maharashtra government and private school in the state of Maharashtra. But after completing English for 10 years, after studying English subject for almost 10 years from first standard to 10th standard, many students, almost 80 to 90% students across the Maharashtra, they are not able to communicate for per se 10 or 15 minutes continuously without making mistakes as far as the grammar and the fluency and pronunciation pattern of the English language is concerned. So why this is happening? Because there are two different ways of learning any language. One is natural way of learning language and the other one is artificial way of learning language. So I believe that the students who have learned the English through the artificial way, they are able or master of the two skills, how to read and how to write. But what about how to listen and how to speak? If there is no input, then how can somebody produce output? If there is no input, how can somebody produce output? What I'm talking about, you must got to know that if you don't listen, how can you speak? So listening and speaking became an essential aspect of learning English naturally. And I would like to give you one very best example. So here there are so many students across the globe, and every human being who exists on this planet called Earth, he or she has learned their mother tongue through listening. Because take for example one child. When the child was born, he doesn't know or it doesn't know anything about the world. But after some time, after few months, the child start listening. First he listens, then he observes. And when the child listen, through listening, all the words and sentences of the child's mother tongue get automatically stored onto the brain of the child. And when the child starts speaking, he speaks the broken word, the broken sentences, but he somehow could able to communicate the message which he wants to communicate. And that is how naturally any children, including you, me, and everyone, right? We have learned the mother tongue. We never read a book. We never study grammar. We never remember the words of English language. We never, nothing of like that. We never do all these artificial way of learning mother tongue, right? But we naturally acquire the language. And what mistake we do when time comes to develop English language or develop speaking skills of English language, we read the books, we remember the rules of the grammar, we remember 10 words in a day, and we forget everything else, and ultimately we are unable to speak or communicate. So that is the biggest problem which I would like to tell you, and I would like to bring to your kind notice that the wrong method or wrong way of developing English communication or English language will definitely not help you to achieve the achieve the expected goal is there for learning any language. So what I mean, across the India, 80 to 90% people, they are struggling very hard for speaking in English, but they are unable to speak, and they give reason like that. I was from Marathi medium, I completed my entire schooling from Marathi medium, and that's why it is not possible for me to speak or communicate effectively in English language. So these are the just excuses which has been receiving. I have been receiving this type of excuses from all the students of mine, but I don't accept all the excuses which I am receiving from them, because I know that language is something which can be learned by any human being, and ultimately we all are human beings. Then it is our birthright to acquire that language naturally. But somehow when we find it something difficult, we either overcome it or we give it up. So these are the two options. So many students think that it is not my cup of tea, because it is not because sometimes in India what happens, the many people, they consider that English speaking means that person has very good IQ, but it is not true. The child which is born in UK or USA for that matter, without learning any textbook or anything like that, the child speak in English without making mistakes. So it is not a point of discussing here that IQ, if somebody's IQ is very high, then that person can speak English, and if somebody's IQ is not good, then he won't be able to speak in English. That is not truth at all. Anyone who is human being can speak English effectively without making mistake. That is the point which I want to make here right now. So what problem, another problem we face, because it is not our mother tongue, and we always want to do something after learning that thing perfectly well, and that is the another mistake we commit, because we think that first I will learn the English and then I will speak, and that is never ever going to happen. Because you know that when we are going to learn how to drive a car, sometimes it may be possible you jump, sometimes it may be possible that you are not able to stop where you exactly want to stop. You will not be able to change the gear in a smooth manner. So these are the mistakes we commit, but ultimately within 10 or 15 days we overcome on all these mistakes we were committing while learning the driving. Similarly, while speaking in English, it is not a crime to make a mistake. Sometimes it may be possible that we commit some mistakes, but ultimately after few days we will get to know how to handle the word and sentence structures and words and all that. And that is the crux of the matter, and we have to believe on that. If we believe that yes, I am making mistake, but definitely one day I will be perfect with English language and communication skill, then nobody is going to stop you for learning English. So note down this point and keep this point forever in your mind. English is not based on IQ. English is based on being a human, right? If you are a human species, then definitely it is your birthright to learn not only English but all the languages of the world. But for that you just need to have a genuine interest for learning that language. And if you have that, then it is very simple for you, very simple. So that is what I wanted to tell you through this video. And if you really want to learn something more, or you really want to know more concepts and techniques and tricks of developing speaking skills and English language and communication skills, then my number is there. Please get in touch with me. I'll definitely help you to come out of this phobia of speaking in English. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. If you like this video, then please do subscribe my channel and you will get the notification of my further video. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.